Hi there, and welcome back to STEP. My name is Miss Angela, and today we're going to be doing lower body, hip, and mobility, working on the pillars, mobility, and strength. Work at your own pace, and let's get started. So to begin, we are going to start just with gentle circles for the hips, loosening them up, going one direction. You might notice that you're feeling some popping, maybe you feel some tension. That's okay. Once we get going, your hips will eventually release. So we're gonna start going the other way. This move always reminds me of that SpongeBob episode. I don't know if you've ever seen it. Here we go. Good. And we're gonna open up to a deep plie, and we're gonna gently press on those hips here to open them up. You should be focusing on knees over toes here. And we're gonna switch and really press on that leg there. And we are gonna switch and open the other. Good. And now we're just gonna quickly come up and reach forward, just releasing the lower back a little bit. Now, as we're doing this workout, I want you to focus on your breath. You need to be breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. So let's take it down to the floor. We're gonna be doing some activation now, okay? So we're gonna start in our bridges. And what I want you to do is have your feet in a comfortable shoulder width apart. Get that belly button sucked to the back of your spine to activate those lower abdominals. And you're gonna begin to push your hips up to the sky. Good. As you're doing this, I want you all to focus on your knees being in line with your toes. Knees shouldn't be too far out, and they shouldn't be too far in. Excellent. As you can see, my pelvis is in neutral position. As you're doing these nice and slow and controlled, I need you to keep that belly button pushed to the back of that spine so your pelvis stays in a neutral position. Good. We're only going to do a few more. Squeeze those glutes. Sometimes what helps is putting your hands on the muscle that you're trying to activate. Kind of helps with the mind to body muscle connection. Good. And let's do one more and hold. Anytime you're going to the gym and you're going to try working out the glutes or the lower body, this is a great one to activate those muscles. And slowly, let's come down. Good. And as you get more into it, you can start doing single leg. But today, we're just going to take it easy and do the double there. We're going to work it into some clamshells together. Keep that pelvis in a neutral position as you get in line. We're lifted in the shoulder, not sinking in. Excellent. Now, as we're doing this, I want you to take a look at your feet for a moment, making sure they're just in line as if you were right against the wall, okay? Perfect. Again, focus on your breathing. You're doing great. We're activating those muscles together. Perfect. Squeeze that glute. Wonderful. Let's do one more. And close. And to the other side, switch it up quickly. Pelvis in neutral, and we go. Taking a look at those feet. They're in line just with your back here, not too far back. Squeeze that glute as you come up. Good job. Make sure you're still breathing. We only have about 15 minutes together, so we're really going to make the most of it. Try your best not to take too many breaks. Push yourself, but listen to your body. If you need a rest, that's okay. Perfect. Let's do one more and squeeze that glute and slowly down. Switching over to the other side, we're now going to begin our lifted clamshells. So lifted in the shoulder, pelvis in neutral, and we're going to push open just like that. As you come up, I want you to drive that hip forward and up and drive it back as you go down. Good. And down. Controlled lowering. There we go. As you come up, imagine there's a fire ablaze just under your hip. So you have to squeeze that glute to get away from it. That's what I find helps me as I go up. I really imagine that fire and I'm driven all the way up to fully activate that glute. We only have one more. Ready? And squeeze. And gently lower. Switching over to the other side quickly. Pelvis in neutral again, feet in line, and we drive the hips forward and back. Forward. Good. Make sure you're breathing. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Keeping the shoulder lifted. Squeeze that glute. Good. We can do this. After this, we're going to get right into it and really work those muscles. Keeping that pelvis in neutral. Don't forget about these lower abdominals. And one more. Squeeze. And lower. Amazing work. Round of applause for yourself. Let's get up to our feet. And we are going to start with our lunges first. So for this form, this is what we're focusing on before we take off. Shoulders should be right in line with our feet below us as we come down into a lunge. Inhale. Exhale on the up. As you go down, take a look at that knee. I want you to make sure your form is correct to prevent any kind of injuries. The knee should be right in front of the heel, right on top of the heel, I mean. If it goes past, you do risk injury and it starts to work a different muscle group. So we're just going to make sure we're right in line. Good job. We're taking this workout nice and slow to really work on our form, listen to our muscles, focusing on the mind to body connection. And last one. Really squeeze that glute as you come up. Good. Switching feet, pelvis in line, comfortable width apart, and we lunge. And up. Good. And sometimes, if you feel like you kind of have to adjust that foot behind or in front of you during the reps, that's okay. Feel free to kind of wiggle around, find what's comfortable. When I first started working out and trying to figure out form for these kind of moves and what works best for me, I did have to wiggle around because sometimes as you're just starting, you might not be in the right form right away to activate that muscle. Good, breathing in and exhaling as you come up. Really squeezing that glute. Feel free to put your hand on the muscle to really focus on the activation. We're almost done. Let's do two more. Squeeze. Good. And as I said at the beginning, guys, go at your own pace. In no way do you have to keep up with me exactly, but just follow as I do, okay? Next one that we're going to move into is going to be our single leg RDLs, okay? Hold up in the pelvis. If you've never done one of these, let's break it down slowly. This is going to be engaged. Our weight is going to be on the supporting leg here, okay? We are not going to be using any weights. This is a very slow and relaxed workout compared to one we would be doing with weights. Exhale on the up. Squeeze that glute as you come up. Good. Now, what people sometimes get confused with is they think that this move is a up and down movement. What it really is a back and forth movement, driving with the hip. The hip goes back, the hip comes forward. And I'm not using the back leg, all right, steppers? I'm actually just using this glute and hamstring to get myself up. Good. And let's switch legs. Perfect. And let's start to drive it back. We go backwards and drive that hip forward using this glute. I'm not using my lower back to yank myself up. I'm just using this glute and hamstring. Perfect. We're just about done, guys. We're almost there, okay? Let's keep going just like we started. Drive it forward and exhale. Inhale. Now, if you have a question of how low should you go, it should be just as much as your hip allows. I'm not going to be going past what my hip is allowing. I'm not going to drop that chest. I'm just going to go, oh, and my hip stops there. Drive myself up. Good. Last one. Exhale. Amazing. Shake it out for just 2 seconds here. We're going to get right into some squats now, okay? Shoulder width apart, nice and comfortable. We're going to start to go down into our squat slowly at first to work on our technique and form. Inhale. Exhale as you come up. So knees should be right over toes, right there. We're working on the muscles around the knee. Good. As you go back, lifted in this pelvis. I'm not dropping it as I go back. I am keeping this engaged the whole time. Good. As you come up, squeeze those glutes. Focus on getting those legs activated as well. So I'm actually imagining that my legs are being turned out. So the inner thighs are rotating out as I come up, and those glutes are squeezing. Good. Squeeze and down. We're going to pulse now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're on 8. Up. Let's do some circles. Loose other way. Amazing. We're going to now drop it to the floor, and we are going to do just some windshield wipers. So up on our palms of our hands, pulled up nice and tall to make room for those spines and hips. Start to just let those legs go. You did so well today with me. You went at your own pace, but you still followed along. So good job. Get those hips loose. Amazing. Just the one and just the other. Perfect. Now, just before we move on to one last thing, let's get those feet together, pull them in nice and close, get those knees open, and we're gonna go down into a butterfly. For this one, you can get the head down, trying to touch your nose to the floor. Breathing as we're cooling down. Good job. Let those hips open up. And breathing, giving your body the oxygen it needs right now. Slowly walk yourself up. We're now just gonna turn our hips to your side wall, getting one leg here, that's gonna be a 90 degree, the other is also in a 90 degree. What we're gonna do now is we are going to lift the back leg just like this, activating that glute. Yes? Amazing. You should be feeling it all in the upper glute here. That's where I feel mine. Good, and the higher you can lift it off the floor, the better. Breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. Good. And now from here, we are going to bring it around to the front and bring it around to the back. You should be feeling this in the hip. This is working on our mobility and even our strength at the same time. Lift in that core. You should even be getting a core workout from this. Yes? Don't let that core go. And forward and back. Make sure you're breathing. Lift and around. Lift and around. Good. You can push back if you'd like. I feel that all in that hip. Let's turn around and do the other side. Ready? Hips, and we lift and lower. Lift and lower. Lift and lower. Good. Really lifting that back leg. You can see. Get that heel off the floor. What I'm not doing is letting my foot drop. I'm letting it down with control. You see? Good. And now we are going to start to lift and lower. all the way to the back. Good. If you really want to challenge yourself, you can put something here, maybe like a water bottle, and then you can really try to lift that leg up and over it. Good. We're just about done. 5 more seconds. Push yourself, and we are finished. Well, steppers, you just finished your lower body hip and mobility, strength training, and mobility with me. My name is Miss Angela, and I'll see you guys on the next session.